Strong leg this from Mario. Even a maximum doesn't get Craig to a finish.
121.
A little bit excited with that last start there.
Yeah, a bit of an adrenaline shot, wasn't it, from Galliano? Well, Van den Bogharde might be just playing with a new lease of life here.
Oh, really? Really? Mario Van den Bogharde goes for an unnecessary bullseye and pins it. Only the second double he's hit in 15. Well, I suppose he can't hit the outer ring, he may as well go for the bull. Bullseye might have been a sensible play. The 25 there would have got him to a treble, single, double combo. Got to stay straight. It's the bare minimum. Oh no.
55.
See that? Again, would have been a Shanghai finish with a single 20. As it is, it's got much more tricky.
What a way to finish this would be. Can't find the treble 18 that would have set up the opportunity, but he's found the treble 18 with his third and final dart in hand to lead double 16. Van den Bogharde looking at this 1-2-5 again, as he did a few legs ago.
I'm not sure. Is there room in there? I think he's better off going to treble 17 here. Oh no, I think he's staying there. Is there room? How can you squeeze that in, Mario? He didn't leave it guessing, did he? He went for it. He couldn't pin it. And Craig Galliano could become just the fourth player ever from Gibraltar to win on the European Tour.
Harry Houdini with Vaseline, wasn't it, as Sid Waddell would have said. But there it is, Craig Galliano, no escape route required for him today. Battered on his European Tour debut 12 months ago at the hands of Mervyn King. But in the end, a worthy winner against Mario Van den Bogharde, and that is a big, big moment in that young man's career. 20 years old, and it's a win for Gibraltar in the opening match of the weekend here at the Gibraltar Darts Trophy. A proud moment for Mr. Galliano Senior as well. When the chances come along.
Yeah, and Mario Van den Bogharde will be disappointed in the back room. Gifted Galliano so many chances, but maybe that's the luck that Craig needed. He's our first man into the second round, and one of these to be joining him. The first meeting for these two as well. Never played a competitive match. Jim Williams only won the PDC this year, hasn't he? And as you rightly mentioned, already a tournament winner.
Yeah, I mean, he's made giant strides in a really short space of time. I mean, we mentioned it earlier this year, right at the start of the year, as Connor takes out the opening leg with a nice, neat and tidy check-out. But this was a big move for Jim Williams, not just in terms of moving into the PDC, but in terms of his life balance, because he had the day job as well. It was a seventh leg as well. Is it good to be back in Gibraltar, by the way? I know you've played here before, but you've never...
Oh, I never won a game here. I've lost 3 games first round. It was never a happy hunting ground for me, so knowing that I'll be here till the Sunday for a change is reassuring. But yeah, it's fantastic to be here, and the weather's good as well. The players are in good spirits as well. The last Euro Tour of the year, but a lot on it as well.
Yeah, as there always is in these events 12 and 13 on the European Tour. So much at stake at this stage of the season, let alone this stage of the European Tour 25. So tops here for O'Connor for the match, and what a way to finish up a 1-2-5 checkout and a 12 dart hold of throw. That's his best hold of throw of the match, and he's saved the best till last. But what a performance by Willie O'Connor, who needs to go deep this weekend. We highlighted the mathematics behind it at the start of the day, but O'Connor needs to get to the quarterfinals if he wants to qualify for the European Championship, and he's made a very impressive start as well. He's beaten a very big danger in the shape of Jim Williams by 6 legs to 1.
Not one for a dart shirt. See, that's the dart he needs to use. Right, again, he's just not going through. Too many darts in the 5s.
51.
And it's looking like 4-0 here for Jason Lowe. Very comfortable, but won't be satisfied with how he's playing.
For a 14-darter. Yeah, well, he's getting better as the game goes on, Jason Lowe. He's been allowed to. And you could kind of...
Fifth leg, Jason.
You could kind of imagine where Manuel's had multiple darts to win them. It could be 3-2, and then that really would be testing Jason Lowe's nerve if he'd been only leading 3-2 in this one.
Yeah, and that gets the crowd involved as well.
Well, that gets him to a 2-darter, and all of a sudden, Jason Lowe, the whitewash, is still a genuine possibility. Treble 18, not quite there.
92.
Okay,
Jason,
interesting.
you require 100.
Yeah, leaves double 7 if he gets a shot. He may not, you know, to wrap up a less than convincing game for Jason Lowe. Double 10, he just wants to get off that stage. And still we go on.
2 match starts missed, and Manuel Valerio has chosen to leave double 7. And now he's splitting it to leave double 2. I mean, there's probably a strategy, but it's worked. He's got a leg.
7th leg,
Jason was less than amused. He wants to get it done. He's had 2 matches.
It cost him a match start when he returns to the board, which he will do.
He's inviting problems here, though, Jason.
90.
And
Jason, you
Manuel
require
on the 2 darter.
101.
If the 101 doesn't go, just wants to get off there, Jason, though. Treble 19, treble 15. The options. And then it is to finally get the job done here.
77.
The match start. 3 have now come and gone for Jason
Manuel
Lowe.
require 50.
Do we play on into a 9th leg, which looked, well, highly unlikely when Jason led 5-0.
Oh, no. Well, he's got a dart,
18.
but he's missed it. It would have been a 3rd leg on the spin for Manuel Valerio, but is the fight back going to be put to an end here as Valerio smashes the heel of his hand into his forehead for about the 5th time in this match. And Jason Lowe finally brings it to an end. Manuel Valerio matches his best.
We'll be having too many sleepless nights about this one.
60.
Well, Negret's in a good position in this one, though. On throw, it's the first time, really, he's been in control of the leg, or at least
44.
first time he's established a relatively healthy lead. Now then.
Does he go 16 ball? No.
41. Kenny, you require 164.
Well, he may get a dart at a double, and he will get a dart at a double this time, because Nayans is wayward on that initial attempt.
Yeah, but what odds are you going to say this ends up in the double 5? There's a real
52.
chance of that
Or
happening.
the double
John, you
12.
require
Well, yeah.
40.
Oh, that is a beauty from Sean Negret. His first leg on the European Tour. Well played, that man.
Absolutely bang in the middle of that double 20 bet as well. I mean, there we were joshing about straying into the double 12, but that was absolutely put out of his misery fairly soon, you fancy.
Still on. No longer.
54.
But match starts incoming for the Belgian.
$59. Kenny, you require 56.
Here we go then. 2 darts at tops for a 6-1 and a passage into the second round to face the number 1 seed Luke Humphries, but the champagne is on ice for Kenny Nayans. Negret may still have a little something to say in this one. Needs to find a 24 dart holder throw, and he ain't going to find it. It's just a little bit erratic at times as well.
Kenny, you require 10.
And he's only chipped off 15 on that occasion, so Nayan steps in once again, this time looking at double 5. Awkward.
Lucky not to bust it on the 12 there. Shake of the head. He's going to go 1 double 2. And it is a 6-1 win for Kenny Nayans. He only wins in Gibraltar, it turns out. His second Euro Tour win, both coming on the rock. And he is through to face the top seed tomorrow in cool hand Luke Humphries. A debut to forget for Sean Negret.
From that really sluggish start.
No, and that just comes with pressure. He knows that every game he's slipping closer and closer. I've been in that situation. I think the last time I were with you, Robin Barnes, he had a rough day there, and I was speaking to him after, and he was down, and why wouldn't you be? Confidence crisis, but I could afford a little smile there, John. Chance for the opening leg, and what he failed to do in the last European Tour was get a leg and just get something early doors. That's a good setup. Should come back.
but may not do. Oh, that is an absolute blockbuster of a finish from Richie Edhouse.
When things aren't going your way, Rob, isn't it? What a shot from Richie Edhouse. Credit to him. Edhouse is a player who's quietly about his business, comfortably in the Worlds again.
He'll be thinking about that. Interesting, actually, when Edhouse did get his tour card back, he was the first priority that he spoke of was a chance to make a life for himself. Not necessarily a career, but I suppose if you look after the pounds, then the benefits will come with that as well. So I think there was a certain target of financial stability that comes with.
And that's a realistic aim, isn't it?
That's a realistic aim. Rather than targeting, majors and getting to the quarters of this, that, and the other. I think to give yourself that stability, because with that stability comes the security and the ability to build and to build what's in place.
Missed a big chance there, Edhouse. 2 to break again. Hendo for 3 consecutive legs, and that is what a turnaround. Henderson trailed 2 legs to nil, now leads 3-2 halfway to what will be a massive victory and a potential tie with Joe Cullen.
Yeah, good response by Henderson. Could so easily have been knocked off his stride by that first leg. Could so easily have just retreated into his shell.
He's just teeing it well. Just gets rid of the sensible to leave it single to double. And these could be John's last darts.
Yeah, the finishing's been pretty good as well from Richie. 5 from 13, but he's getting the job done in the main with the visit that matters rather than with the dart in hand. And here we go, 2 darts at tops for a 6-4 win. Double 10. Just sneaks it in. And Richie Edhouse's love affair with Gibraltar continues for a 3rd successive visit. He is through to the 2nd round. Disappointment for Veronica and disappointment for John Henderson once again.
Really gets to grips with it.
Oh, he's a former Lakeside finalist, of course. He's a PDC ranking event finalist. The man can play some serious darts. And he has shown an extraordinary level of commitment to really give it a go over the last couple of years.
He's had a good first leg anyway. Jeff Smith. But we saw in the previous leg, John Henderson teed up the first leg brilliantly, and then a bit of class from Edhouse, and it can just get taken away from you like that. And he's going to afford Wesley the chance here.
47. Wesley
Still going to split the 50 if he returns, but this for an early break for Wesley.
Interesting there from Jeff Smith. Come back to that in a minute as Wesley eyes up the 111, and it is on. Double 16 to break throw. Oh, quality stuff from Wesley Pleisier. 1-0 break a throw. He'd be expecting to be in the mix for qualifying for the European Championship from that. You're expecting you're going to pick up some wins, maybe a run somewhere.
Yeah, and you're expecting, if you're showing form to get through those qualifiers that hard, you'd expect it to have a knock-on effect into the Players' Championships where he's playing those qualifiers, right? The qualifiers are played in, say, Barnsley or Wigan before Players' Championships, and normally when you qualify, you've got a bit of spring in your step the next day. That can lead to a run, and it just hasn't really led to anything for Jeff Smith this year, hence why the tour card's under threat.
Wesley require 130.
Well, again, he's hanging around in this leg, but he was thrown first in it, and Wesley's calling the shots. Oh, well, that hurts him a little bit, potentially.
That was out the ball, I think. It would have been on tops. So you can stay on the same target, Jeff. But it didn't work out for him. This, it's slim hopes for Jeff Smith anyway, but this really slams the door shut. For 5-0, it's bullseye. He's hit it already, it just didn't stay in.
Can he make it stick? He can make it stick! 5-0! Big Wesley Pleisier is charging towards the second. And Wesley still managed to just be edging it all the way through this contest. Smith's only had 1 dart at double in the match.
Yeah, and that was on the double-double combination, wasn't it?
Wesley require 164.
Can he finish in style here? Might be a couple of treble 19s. He's not going to, but Jeff Smith has left himself a lot to do here to avoid the whitewash. 81 scored.
98.
It's okay.
Require 141.
He's likely to get a shot for the match here. He's definitely going to get a shot for the match, and Jeff Smith can feel a bit hard done by.
Wesley requires 66.
He can, but he's had opportunities this year on the European circuit, Jeff Smith. His opportunity here is being snuffed out. And snuffed out emphatically by big Wesley Plaisier. A 6-0 whitewash of the Canadian Jeff Smith. Mark Webster said Plaisier was the favourite at the start of the match. Oh, he has underlined it with another very impressive European Tour display. He will take on Dave.
I mean, I was right in the to the extent that Rodriguez just couldn't get any worse than he was, say, in the fourth leg.
Undoubtedly he's improved, but he still had to rely on Marco Canceller making a mess of things at times. And he's missed 6 clear darts for a 4-2 lead there, Canceller.
57.
And it could come down to being the key moment in the game. Because look at Rusty finding the trebles now. Beautiful. He's on for a 10 darter. Where's that come from?
After the 24 darter and the 19 darter in the previous leg, he's now on course for the 10 darter. Cantlay is miles adrift on 3-4-4. And, well, the roles have reversed. Cantlay can't find a treble at all now. Whereas Rodriguez is finding them almost at will. Double 18, 10 darter incoming, and 10 darter is found. Best leg of the match. This is more like it from the man who has a quarter-final appearance under his belt on the European Tour this year. The concentration seems to have lapsed. He's disappeared into a bit of a bubble at the moment, and
132.
well, okay, that's okay. It applies some pressure and it gets him down to a finish, but it's the biggest of the lot, and Cantlay will be harbouring genuine hopes here of stealing this one for a break of throat.
Drum at 19, leaves double 16. Beautiful check out from Marco Canceller, and he will throw for the match. Having endured an assault from Rusty Jake in the middle of the match, which saw him lose 3 legs on the spin, he now finds himself with the darts looking for his first Euro Tour victory in 4 years.
Require 135.
Missing the big number might cost him a match dart there, Marco.
Ooh, snatched at that one. Cantlay should get match darts here. Rodriguez might get match-saving darts, but he's reliant upon a slip-up here from Marco Cantlay. 67 is the target. Double 8 is the target. And it's deflected off the barrel and it's gone wide. And match darts have come and gone for Cantlay. Match-saving darts incoming here for Rodriguez to take us all the way into an 11th final leg in the final match of the afternoon session. And he's done it in style as well, and he's finished it with a double 14, very reminiscent of his countryman Mensur Suljovic, a 2-time finalist here, and we are going into an 11th and final leg in the final match of the afternoon session.
Had a huge number of 2 treble visits in this game, Marco Canceller, but that one is answered by one from Rusty Jake himself. He is down to a 2-darter.
Has to get a ton and then hope.
60.
Yeah, it's just 60. I don't think that'll be enough. Had he got down to a 120, it might have been psychologically better for him. 2 of those. Bullseye. Oh, absolutely dead centre from Rusty Jake Rodriguez. It ebbed and flowed. He went from, well, not quite the sublime to the brilliant, but it was a fluctuating performance from Rusty Jake Rodriguez. I think he'll be breathing a bit of a sigh of relief as he comes through that one.